France is a country where every journey feels like stepping into a different world. From romantic cities and magnificent castles to medieval villages, Mediterranean coastlines, snow-covered mountains, and historic landmarks, France offers an incredible variety of experiences. In this video, we're exploring the top 10 most famous places in France, discovering the history, culture, landscapes, food, attractions, and unforgettable experiences that make these destinations so special. So get ready to discover the beauty of France, from its peaceful countryside to the heart of Paris. Number 10. Normandy and the D-Day beaches. Our journey begins in the northwest of France, in a region where spectacular coastal scenery meets some of the most important history of the modern world. This is Normandy. Located along the English Channel, Normandy is famous for its dramatic cliffs, peaceful countryside, medieval towns, historic churches, traditional farms, and beautiful beaches. But for millions of people around the world, Normandy is most strongly associated with D-Day. On June 6, 1944, Allied forces launched an enormous military operation along the Normandy coastline during World War II. Thousands of soldiers arrived by sea and air as part of the campaign to liberate Western Europe from Nazi Germany. Today, the beaches are remarkably peaceful. The sound of waves replacing the noise of war makes the experience especially powerful. There are 5 principal landing beaches: Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword. Among them, Omaha Beach is perhaps the most famous. Standing on the sand today, it can be difficult to imagine the events that took place here. The cliffs, fields, and coastline look almost exactly like the landscapes soldiers encountered decades ago. Throughout Normandy, visitors can find museums, bunkers, memorials, military vehicles, monuments, and cemeteries. One of the most moving sights is the Normandy American Cemetery, overlooking Omaha Beach. Rows of white headstones stretch across carefully maintained green lawns, creating a quiet place of remembrance. But Normandy's story is much older than World War II. The region played an important role in medieval European history and was once home to the powerful Dukes of Normandy. William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, famously became King of England after the Norman conquest of 1066. That connection between France and England influenced the history of Europe for centuries. Normandy is also famous for its architecture. Traditional houses often feature exposed wooden beams, steep roofs, and beautiful gardens. Small towns and villages offer bakeries, markets, cafes, and local restaurants where visitors can experience regional cuisine. Food is one of Normandy's greatest attractions. The region is famous for camembert cheese, butter, cream, apples, cider, and calvados, an apple brandy traditionally produced in Normandy. The coastline provides another spectacular experience. At Etretat, enormous white cliffs rise dramatically above the English Channel. Natural arches and unusual rock formations have attracted artists and photographers for generations. The region is also home to one of France's most recognizable landmarks, Mont Saint-Michel. Although we will explore Mont Saint-Michel in greater detail later in our countdown, its location within Normandy makes it an essential part of any trip to the region. Visitors can also explore medieval towns, coastal hiking trails, local markets, gardens, and countryside cycling routes. Normandy is best experienced slowly. Spend one day exploring its history, another discovering its villages, and another walking along the coast. It is a destination where beauty and memory exist side by side. And perhaps that is what makes Normandy so unforgettable. Number 9. Alsace and Strasbourg. Our next destination lies in eastern France, close to the German border. Welcome to Alsace. Alsace is one of France's most distinctive regions because its history has been influenced by both French and German cultures. The result is a fascinating combination of architecture, language, food, traditions, and landscapes. At the heart of Alsace is Strasbourg, the city's historic center known as Grande Île. is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. One of the first places visitors should explore is Petite France. This beautiful neighborhood is filled with canals, stone bridges, flower-covered balconies, and traditional half-timbered houses. Many of these buildings date back centuries. Walking through Petite France feels like entering a medieval European storybook. The city's most famous landmark is Strasbourg Cathedral. Its enormous Gothic facade rises dramatically above the surrounding buildings. Construction began in the 12th century, and generations of craftsmen worked on the cathedral. Inside, visitors can admire magnificent stained glass windows, sculptures, astronomical features, and impressive architecture. Those willing to climb the tower can enjoy panoramic views over Strasbourg. Strasbourg also has a very modern role. It is one of Europe's important political centers and hosts institutions connected with the European Union, including the European Parliament. This creates an interesting contrast between medieval architecture and modern European politics. But perhaps the most magical time to visit Strasbourg is winter. During the Christmas season, the city becomes one of Europe's most famous festive destinations. Thousands of lights decorate the streets, enormous Christmas trees fill historic squares, and wooden market stalls sell traditional food, crafts, decorations, and gifts. The nearby town of Colmar is equally beautiful. Colorful buildings line canals throughout the historic center, creating one of France's most photogenic destinations. Colmar is particularly beautiful in spring and summer when flowers decorate bridges and balconies. The surrounding Alsace wine route is another major attraction. Vineyards cover the rolling hills, while small villages sit between the fields. Visitors can stop at family-owned wineries, taste regional wines, and learn about local winemaking traditions. Alsace cuisine is also unique. Traditional dishes include flammekuche, sausages, sauerkraut, local cheeses, pretzels, and pastries. The region's food reflects its position between French and German culinary traditions. For photographers, food lovers, history enthusiasts, and travelers who enjoy charming old towns, Alsace is one of France's most rewarding destinations. Number 8. Chamonix and Mont Blanc. From medieval villages, we travel to a completely different landscape. The buildings disappear behind us as enormous mountains begin to dominate the horizon. Welcome to Chamonix and the magnificent Mont Blanc. Located in the French Alps near the borders of Switzerland and Italy, Chamonix is one of Europe's most famous mountain destinations. The valley is surrounded by enormous peaks, glaciers, forests, and alpine meadows. Above it all stands Mont Blanc. At around 4,800 meters, Mont Blanc is the highest mountain in the Alps and one of Europe's most iconic peaks. The mountain has attracted climbers and explorers for centuries. The first successful ascent took place in 1786, helping establish the region as one of the birthplaces of modern mountaineering. Today, Chamonix attracts travelers throughout the year. During winter, snow covers the mountains, and the region becomes a paradise for skiing and snowboarding. During summer, hiking trails open across the valleys and mountains. Visitors can choose from easy walks through alpine meadows to challenging mountain routes. One of the most spectacular experiences is the Aiguille du Midi cable car. The journey takes visitors high above the Chamonix Valley in just a short amount of time. At the summit, panoramic platforms provide breathtaking views of Mont Blanc and the surrounding peaks. On a clear day, the landscape seems endless. Another major attraction is the Mer de Glace, one of France's most famous glaciers. Visitors can reach it by the historic Montanvert Railway. The glacier has changed significantly over time, providing a visible reminder of how climate and temperature affect alpine environments. Chamonix itself is also worth exploring. The town has elegant mountain hotels, restaurants, cafes, bakeries, outdoor shops, and traditional alpine architecture. Visitors can enjoy French cuisine while looking directly at snow-covered mountains. Photography opportunities are everywhere. Sunrise creates golden colors across the peaks, while sunset turns the mountains pink and orange. During summer, wildflowers cover the meadows beneath the peaks. Chamonix demonstrates another side of France, a wild and adventurous side where the landscape itself becomes the main attraction. Number 7. Provence. Now we head towards southeastern France, where warm sunlight, lavender fields, vineyards, olive groves, and ancient villages create some of the country's most recognizable landscapes. Welcome to Provence. For many travelers, Provence represents the romantic dream of southern France. During summer, lavender fields spread across the countryside like enormous purple carpets. The fragrance fills the air, bees move between flowers, and old stone villages appear in the distance. It is one of the most beautiful agricultural landscapes in Europe. But Provence is much more than lavender. The region contains some extraordinary villages. Gordes is dramatically positioned on a hillside, with stone buildings overlooking the surrounding countryside. Roussillon is famous for its red and orange cliffs, created by the region's distinctive ochre deposits. And Les Baux-de-Provence combines medieval architecture with spectacular views. Art has always been an important part of Provence. The region's sunlight attracted painters including Vincent van Gogh, whose work captured the colors and landscapes around Arles and Saint-Rémy-de-Provence. Visitors can follow routes associated with famous paintings and discover the landscapes that inspired them. Provence is also a paradise for food. Local markets are filled with tomatoes, olives, peaches, cherries, herbs, cheeses, bread, honey, and fresh vegetables. Traditional Provençal cuisine relies heavily on Mediterranean ingredients. Olive oil, garlic, tomatoes, herbs, seafood, and seasonal vegetables are essential parts of local cooking. The region is also known for wines produced around vineyards scattered across the countryside. For history lovers, Avignon is one of Provence's most important cities. Its massive Palais des Papes dominates the historic center. The palace once served as the residence of popes during a period when the papacy was based in Avignon. Nearby is the famous Pont d'Avignon. Nature lovers should also visit the Verdon Gorge. Turquoise water flows between enormous limestone cliffs, creating one of Europe's most spectacular canyon landscapes. Visitors can hike, kayak, swim in designated areas, or simply admire the scenery from viewpoints. The best way to experience Provence is without rushing. Explore a village in the morning, visit a market at lunchtime, drive through lavender fields in the afternoon, then finish the day with dinner on a terrace while the sun disappears behind the hills. That relaxed rhythm is one of Provence's greatest attractions. Number 6. Loire Valley. Imagine a peaceful French landscape filled with vineyards, forests, rivers, gardens, and magnificent Renaissance castles. This is the Loire Valley. Often called the Garden of France, the Loire Valley became an important center of royal power during the Renaissance. French kings and nobles built magnificent residences throughout the region. Today, these castles are among the country's most spectacular attractions. The most famous is perhaps Château de Chambord. Its enormous towers, elaborate roofline, decorative chimneys, and dramatic staircase make it look almost unreal. The estate covers a huge area of forests and gardens. Another masterpiece is Château de Chenonceau. Built across the river Cher, its elegant architecture and reflections in the water make it one of France's most photographed castles. The castle has also played an important role in French history, particularly because of the powerful women who influenced its development. The Loire Valley isn't only about castles. The countryside is ideal for cycling. Long-distance cycling routes follow the river and connect villages, vineyards, gardens, and historic landmarks. Travelers can spend days exploring at a relaxed pace. The region is also famous for wine. Local vineyards produce a variety of white, red, and sparkling wines. Wine lovers can visit estates, explore cellars, and taste regional varieties. The Loire Valley is particularly beautiful during spring and summer when gardens are filled with flowers. Autumn brings golden colors across the vineyards and forests. Families can enjoy castle gardens and river activities, while history lovers can explore centuries of royal stories. For photographers, the castles provide endless opportunities at sunrise and sunset. The Loire Valley is a reminder of the extraordinary wealth and ambition of France's Renaissance rulers. But unlike the grand urban palaces of Paris, these castles are surrounded by peaceful countryside. That combination makes the Loire Valley one of the most beautiful regions in France. Number 5. French Riviera. Now we arrive at one of the most glamorous corners of Europe. The French Riviera, or Côte d'Azur, stretches along the Mediterranean coast of southeastern France. This is a world of turquoise water, luxury hotels, beautiful beaches, historic villages, yachts, art, and sunshine. The region's most famous city is Nice. The Promenade des Anglais stretches along the waterfront, offering beautiful views across the Mediterranean. Behind it, the old town of Nice contains colorful buildings, narrow streets, markets, restaurants, and cafes. One of the best ways to experience Nice is simply to walk through its streets and enjoy the Mediterranean atmosphere. Further along the coast lies Cannes. The city is famous for its International Film Festival, which attracts some of the biggest names in cinema every year. The Croisette Boulevard is lined with luxury hotels, designer boutiques, restaurants, and private beaches. Nearby are some of the Riviera's most beautiful villages. Èze sits high above the Mediterranean and provides spectacular views over the coastline. Saint-Paul-de-Vence is famous for its artistic heritage and historic stone streets. The region also borders Monaco, one of the world's smallest independent countries. Although Monaco is not part of France, it is closely connected with the Riviera travel experience. Its Monte Carlo district is famous for luxury, architecture, and the legendary casino. The coastline itself offers countless activities. Visitors can swim, sail, kayak, scuba dive, hike, or simply relax beside the sea. The food reflects the Mediterranean environment. Fresh seafood, vegetables, olive oil, herbs, cheeses, and regional wines dominate local menus. The French Riviera has also attracted artists for generations. The extraordinary sunlight and colors inspired painters including Matisse, Picasso, and many others. Today, the region combines that artistic heritage with modern luxury. It can be expensive, especially during peak summer months, but travelers can still discover quieter villages and less crowded coastal areas. The French Riviera is France at its most glamorous, and one of the most beautiful places to experience the Mediterranean. Number 4. Louvre Museum. Returning to Paris, we arrive at one of the world's greatest museums. The Louvre is not simply a museum, it is a journey through human civilization. The building itself has a history stretching back centuries. It began as a medieval fortress before becoming a royal palace. Eventually, it was transformed into a public museum. Today, the Louvre houses one of the world's largest and most important collections of art and historical objects. Its collection includes ancient Egyptian artifacts, Greek and Roman sculptures, Islamic art, European paintings, decorative arts, drawings, and countless other treasures. Of course, the museum's most famous resident is the Mona Lisa. Leonardo da Vinci's mysterious portrait attracts enormous crowds. But visitors who focus only on the Mona Lisa miss much of what makes the Louvre extraordinary. The Venus de Milo is another famous masterpiece. The monumental winged victory of Samothrace stands dramatically at the top of a staircase. There are enormous paintings covering entire walls, delicate sculptures, ancient artifacts, and objects that reveal how people lived thousands of years ago. Outside, the glass pyramid provides a striking modern contrast to the historic palace. Designed by I.M. Pei, the pyramid has become one of Paris's most recognizable architectural features. The museum is so enormous that seeing everything in one visit is impossible. A better strategy is to choose specific galleries according to your interests. Art lovers may focus on Renaissance paintings. History lovers may explore ancient civilizations. Architecture enthusiasts can spend time studying the palace itself. The Louvre's location also makes it an excellent starting point for exploring Paris. The Tuileries Garden lies just outside. The Seine is nearby, and many other famous landmarks are within walking distance. A visit to the Louvre is therefore not just about seeing famous paintings. It is about experiencing centuries of human creativity inside one of the world's most historic buildings. Number 3. Palace of Versailles. Just outside Paris stands a palace that represents the enormous power and ambition of France's monarchy. This is the Palace of Versailles. Originally a hunting lodge, Versailles was transformed under King Louis XIV into one of the most magnificent royal residences in the world. Louis XIV wanted Versailles to demonstrate the power of the French crown. He succeeded spectacularly. The palace contains hundreds of rooms filled with paintings, sculptures, chandeliers, marble, elaborate decorations, and royal furniture. The most famous room is the Hall of Mirrors. Hundreds of mirrors reflect light from enormous windows overlooking the gardens. The room hosted royal ceremonies and important diplomatic events. Outside, the gardens stretch across an enormous estate. Geometric flower beds, fountains, sculptures, tree-lined paths and canals create a landscape designed to demonstrate control over nature itself. The Grand Canal stretches into the distance and was once used for royal entertainment. The estate also contains the Grand Trianon and Petit Trianon, smaller residences used by members of the royal family. Versailles played an important role in the French Revolution. As economic and political tensions grew, the royal family eventually left the palace and returned to Paris. Decades later, Versailles again became important in international history when the Treaty of Versailles was signed there in 1919. Today, millions of visitors explore the palace every year. A full visit can take an entire day because the complex is enormous. Visitors can explore royal apartments, gardens, chapels, galleries, fountains, and historical exhibitions. The palace is particularly beautiful when its gardens are in full bloom. Versailles is more than a beautiful building. It tells the story of French monarchy, royal ambition, revolution, art, architecture, and European history. Number 2. Mont Saint-Michel, rising dramatically from the coast of Normandy, is one of the most magical sights in France. Mont Saint-Michel. From a distance, the island looks almost like a fantasy castle. A medieval village climbs the rocky island, while an enormous abbey crowns the summit. The story of Mont Saint-Michel began more than 1,000 years ago, with the construction of a religious sanctuary. Over the centuries, the site expanded into a magnificent abbey and fortified settlement. Its position made it both a spiritual center and an important defensive stronghold. One of the most fascinating things about Mont Saint-Michel is its relationship with the sea. The surrounding bay experiences dramatic tidal changes. At high tide, water can surround the island. At low tide, enormous areas of sand become visible. This constantly changing landscape gives Mont Saint-Michel a completely different appearance throughout the day. Visitors enter through the medieval gates and follow narrow streets toward the summit. The buildings contain restaurants, shops, museums, hotels, and historic homes. The higher you climb, the more spectacular the views become. At the top stands the magnificent abbey. Inside are churches, cloisters, halls, staircases, and terraces built across centuries of architectural development. The view from the abbey across the bay is extraordinary. For photographers, sunrise and sunset are especially beautiful. The island silhouette changes from golden brown to deep orange and eventually dark blue as evening arrives. Mont Saint-Michel has survived wars, political changes, religious transformations, and centuries of weather. Today, it remains one of France's most recognizable landmarks. Walking through its medieval streets is like stepping back into another era. And after exploring 9 extraordinary destinations, we've finally reached the most famous place of them all. Number 1. Paris and the Eiffel Tower. And finally, at number 1, we arrive at the place that has become almost synonymous with France itself, Paris, And standing above the city is its most famous symbol, the Eiffel Tower. Few landmarks in the world are as recognizable. Built for the 1889 World's Fair, the Eiffel Tower was a revolutionary engineering achievement. Designed by Gustav Eiffel and his team, the enormous iron structure was initially intended to be temporary. Yet instead of disappearing, it became one of the most famous landmarks on Earth. The tower transformed the Paris skyline. At the time of its completion, it was the tallest man-made structure in the world. Today, visitors can climb its stairs or use elevators to reach observation platforms, offering incredible views across Paris. From above, the city's famous landmarks appear in every direction. The Seine winds through the urban landscape. The Arc de Triomphe stands at the end of the Champs-Élysées. Montmartre rises in the distance, and countless historic buildings stretch toward the horizon. But Paris is much more than the Eiffel Tower. The Seine River is the city's natural centerpiece. Walking beside it is one of the simplest and most enjoyable Paris experiences. Visitors can also take river cruises, especially beautiful around sunset. The Arc de Triomphe is another major landmark. Standing at the center of one of Paris's busiest intersections, it honors French military history and offers an excellent panoramic viewpoint. Then there is the famous Champs-Élysées, filled with shops, restaurants, cafes, and historic buildings. For a completely different atmosphere, head to Montmartre. This hilltop neighborhood became famous for artists, painters, writers, and musicians. Today, its narrow streets, cafes, galleries, and historic atmosphere remain incredibly popular. At the top stands Sacré-Cœur, a magnificent white basilica overlooking the city. Paris is also home to Notre Dame Cathedral, one of the greatest examples of Gothic architecture. Its history stretches back centuries, and its towers and architecture remain an essential part of the Paris skyline. Food is another major part of the Paris experience. A simple breakfast of coffee and a fresh croissant can become a memorable moment. Bakeries offer baguettes and pastries throughout the city. Restaurants serve everything from traditional French cuisine to international dishes influenced by Paris's multicultural population. And then there are the cafes. Sitting at a small table beside a Parisian street, watching people walk past while enjoying coffee, is one of the simplest ways to experience the city's atmosphere. At night, Paris becomes even more spectacular. The Eiffel Tower illuminates the skyline, while the city's historic buildings reflect light along the Seine. And at certain times after dark, the Eiffel Tower's sparkling illumination creates one of the most recognizable nighttime scenes anywhere in the world. Paris has earned the nickname City of Light. It is a city of art, architecture, history, fashion, food, romance, and culture. You can visit the Louvre in the morning, walk beside the Seine in the afternoon, explore Montmartre at sunset, and finish the evening beneath the Eiffel Tower. That incredible variety is what makes Paris so special. And that is why Paris and the Eiffel Tower take the #1 position on our list of France's most famous places. And there you have it, the top 10 most famous places in France. From the historic beaches of Normandy to the colorful villages of Alsace, the mighty Alps, the lavender fields of Provence, the magnificent castles of the Loire Valley, and the glamorous French Riviera, France offers an incredible variety of experiences. And of course there is Paris, the city that brings together so much of what makes France famous. Whether you're fascinated by history, architecture, food, art, nature, or simply beautiful places, France has something unforgettable waiting for you. Which destination would you visit first? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through France, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more travel adventures around the world. Thanks for watching, and until our next journey, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep dreaming.